Good morning, everybody. Today we are in Roscoe, Illinois, and we're taking Lock and Lean 201. Over there we got all the cones. I've successfully graduated Lock and Lean 101, 102. Now it's time for 201. If I can get through this, we're going to 301, baby. As you can see, it looks like it's going to be a pretty full class. I'm excited to be reunited with my buddy Ben Wolf. He's all the way down there setting up the cones. And my prior instructor, Ted, he's here as well. Let's see what they have planned for today. We got geared up and ready to roll. All right, so they made me class leader yet again.
You're the boss.
I hate this place.
Mount up, mount up.
Of course they made me the class leader. As a YouTuber, they always want to make sure I get the full experience. I had everyone mount up and we went around for a couple warm-up laps.
So now, we're going to do a little warm-up drill. We're going to do single cone weave at 12 feet, no brakes. Then we're going to move into the 10-foot cone weave with brakes.
Surprisingly, I was able to do the 12-foot cone weave brakeless with ease. I guess practicing has really paid off.
Okay, got that. Now 10 foot with the brakes.
The 10-foot cone weave was much more difficult, but I still had no problem. This gave me a nice confidence boost, but it wasn't gonna last long.
Quick handlebar turns. All right, we got it. My training has paid off.
Next, we moved into left and right turns. This was pretty easy for me. That is, until Ben and Ted decided to make things a little harder. They started tightening up the cones on me.
He narrowed up the cones on me. I am a failure.
We then moved on to the figure eight. I practice this all the time. This should be easy, right?
Oh, I already bumped a cone.
It didn't quite go the way I thought it would. I was a little too confident and became complacent.
All right, that's a good start.
I shook it off and got back in there. I slowed down a bit and focused on the fundamentals. And what do you know? This exercise became a lot easier. Part of becoming a skilled rider is identifying your mistakes and fixing them. This is why it's important to practice. Making a mistake out on the road can be a lot more costly than making one in the parking lot.
Okay, so now we're going to be trying to run this whole pattern.
No, you're not gonna try, Joko.
I'm going to, and I'm going to remember. I'm going to remember everything.
Positivity, bro.
All
Let's
of it.
Go. Show what's up.
Before we went to lunch, Ben gave everybody a shot at the timed event we were gonna have to do in order to pass the course. He wanted to see how far we could get without making a mistake. Let's just say, I didn't make it too far.
Did I screw it up? Mother trucker. I told you. Okay, off the lunch. Okay, so the first half of the day is over. We're on lunch right now. I'm just gonna have a little chocolate chip muffin, but my thoughts for the first half of the day. We have this enormous pattern yet again, just like 102, and my biggest struggle is gonna be remembering everything that I have to do. That's gonna be my biggest mental block. I'm confident that I'll be able to do everything, but I need to make sure that I slow down, do everything clean, so that way I can pass the course. All in all, the training's fantastic. They're reinforcing the techniques that we already learned from all the other courses, and it's definitely coming in handy with some of these patterns over here. Now I'm just looking forward to see what else they have in store. Stay tuned.
I chowed down my chocolate chip muffin and tried to get refocused. After I was done, I got my gear back on and saddled up.
Second half of the day, we are going to be going through the first half of the pattern, getting familiar with it so we can get the path down. I'm definitely going to need it.
I took another crack at the first half of the time pattern. This was really getting into my head. For some reason, I just couldn't remember where I had to go.
I screwed it up.
I went straight back to the starting line and tried it again. I was the first one to do this after lunch, so I didn't have a chance to watch someone else do it. I'm definitely more of a visual learner.
I gotta watch somebody first. We're gonna try this again. Hopefully I can at least get through the first part of this.
Third try's a charm, right? Well, kinda. I got in there again and finally made it through the first portion, but once I got past that, I was completely lost again.
Oh, jeez Louise. I was lazy. easy? Okay. Okay. I'm just happy I made it through the first part. All right, guys, making progress here. All right, so now we're just gearing up, getting ready for some road speed braking. I believe it's emergency braking, and we got to have our jackets on. This, my friends, is a Beyond Riders flannel. Absolutely love this thing. Been wearing it for a while now. It's comfy and it's protective. If you guys are interested, I'll leave an affiliate link down in the description. Get you some money off.
We practice emergency braking at 30, 35, and 40 miles per hour. This is something that all riders should make a priority to practice because it could save your life.
All right, no complaints.
After emergency braking, the remainder of the day consisted of practicing the time pattern. I was starting to get better, but I still wasn't able to remember the whole thing. This pattern was really messing with my head. All I could do is try my best and hope I get better on day 2.
Good morning. Today is day 2 of Lock and Lean 201. Yesterday was a fantastic day. I finally started getting the hang of that big pattern back there. That's a beast in itself. Starting to get pretty comfortable with it. I got my coffee ready to go. Let's see what day 2 has in store. All right, let's see if I remember this.
Day 2 kicked off with, you guessed it, more practice of the time pattern. I got a few reps in and was still struggling.
Already forgot.
One of my classmates was kind enough to give me some pointers to help me out. I still had a lot of work ahead of myself though if I wanted to pass this course.
All right, so I got a little bit of practice in, not as much as I wanted to. So now we're gonna break up into teams, watch each other do the exercises and then coach each other. So this is an interesting tactic and I like it. I like it a lot. All right, so PK is gonna watch me and then debrief me. Pick apart what I did good, what I did bad.
I went through the pattern and my classmate PK watched closely to see what I was doing right and what I was doing wrong. After I was done, he debriefed me and let me know what he saw.
What do you think? I think you're fairly smooth. I think he already told you, like a couple of places you're cutting too short, like that corner, you just hit that, nicked it and you went. Like there is enough space for you to, if you want to come, I'll show you which one.
Okay guys, now PK is gonna go ahead, do it. I'm gonna watch him and break it down, see what he's doing right, see what he's doing wrong.
I watched PK go through the pattern. He's an excellent rider and didn't find much for him to improve on, but I did find a few things.
All right, so the main thing, wasn't turning his head and eyes that well. He was just kind of peeking with his eyes. He was leaning forward, so that's good. Had a nice pace. He probably could make his double serpentine a little bit tighter, but he didn't hit any cones, so that's good. Getting ready to do the next exercise, and I would say my kickstand spring is about done. Ended up falling off. Luckily, I got a magnet on there, so it's a lifesaver. So let's move into this next exercise. Is a precision pattern. It's basically a bunch of circles, but in different shapes. Let's give it a whirl.
This precision exercise was pretty much 3 circles, but not all 3 parts were perfectly round, nor were any of the sections a perfect shape. The purpose of this was to force yourself to identify what space you needed and didn't need. Ben stresses we shouldn't practice shapes, because in the real world, there's many different shapes and none of them are perfect.
So we got a bunch of practice all done. Just ate lunch, getting ready to get back into it. Man, I'm learning a whole bunch of stuff out here, and Ben said that he's gonna have even more challenges for us tomorrow. He's gonna have a very intense double offset cone weave I'm looking forward to that they did in 301. I'm gonna give it a shot. Not gonna guarantee that I'm gonna be able to do it, but you know me, I'm up for a challenge. All right, let's get back to this and let's have some fun. Now we're getting ready to do some more road speed stuff. We're gonna be doing some emergency braking, and then we got a swerve, and then we'll have a bunch of different obstacles at the end after we go through the gate we need to go to. This is great practice because this can pop up in the real world, you know, going down the street, all of a sudden car pulls out, you gotta stop, swerve around it, and then next thing you know, you got 4 cars or something, or you have some type of obstacle on the road that you got to figure out what the heck you're going to do.
I flew down at 40 miles per hour and successfully did my emergency braking. But when it came to the obstacle avoidance, I didn't do so well. Heiko, one of the instructors, came over and gave me some advice to help me out.
As you question, this is an accident scene, right?
Okay.
Why are you treating it like a speed pattern, like a time pattern, like somebody has a stopwatch?
you hit like two bullets coming through here. So you flip two people, hit two cars, whatever it was. Treat it like a precision pattern. Go slow.
Okay.
Please. Because this is car parts, body parts, whatever's laying around here, right?
Okay.
Treat it as a treat it as precision as you come through.
Okay.
Good.
Yeah. I can go with it happy with that one. Try it again.
This time was even worse. I failed to brake in time and smashed in the cone.
I'm dead.
Heiko was disgusted at this performance.
Oh, that's not good. Let's try not to die this time.
I regained my composure after that terrible performance and tried again. Heiko's advice was running through my head. Slow down and treat this like an accident. I made sure to take my time and focus. And sure enough, I redeemed myself.
Good morning. It is day 3 of Lock and Lean 201. This is the final day. Today we're going to be ended up testing out on this big old pattern right here. Ended up getting here a little bit early so I can get some practice in. Hopefully I haven't forgotten what I learned yesterday or forgotten the pattern at least. So I'm going to end up hopping on the bike, getting some practice in this morning and see how I do.
I got to practicing. I made sure to go slow and not make any stupid mistakes. At this point, I was starting to feel really good. Finally, everything was coming together. I ended up remembering the entire pattern and didn't hit any cones on my first run. This gave me the confidence I was able to do it, but I had to prove it come evaluation time.
All right, so we're just doing some open practice. I'm doing run after run, making some mistakes, but I'm realizing what I'm doing wrong. Some spots I'm moving a little too quickly. I need to slow myself down just a bit, but we're gonna get it. Come time to be evaluated, I'll get it. All right, guys, getting evaluated on the first precision exercise, the figure 8.
Who are you talking to?
I'm talking to my people.
Can they see you?
Yeah, they can. Say hi.
Hey, Joko is gonna be clean, fast, and perfect. Because that's all he knows.
That's all I know, baby. Let's do it.
Let's go, baby.
I rolled into my first attempt at the figure 8. We had a total of 3 attempts to get it right. I stayed calm, cool, and collective. I stuck to the fundamentals and focused on being precise. By doing this, I was able to complete it successfully on my first run.
He called me beautiful. Got one of them, that means I passed.
Even though I already passed this section, I still had to do the other 2 runs.
2 out of 3.
I ended up nailing my 3rd attempt. 1 evaluation down, 2 more to go.
3 for 3, baby. Time for the next precision pattern. This next one is a square, a circle, and a triangle. Let's do it.
Let's go.
All right, let's do it.
I headed into my first attempt of the 2nd precision pattern. I was flawless inside of the square. No problem at all. I went into the circle. Again, I didn't struggle one bit. I was feeling great. Now getting into the triangle, that was a different story. I almost made a costly mistake. Coming out of the circle, I fell out of the friction zone. In return, it cut power to the rear wheel, making the bike unstable. Luckily, I knew what to do and saved it. Ben was perplexed on what happened, but seemed pretty impressed.
That was called a save.
Saved it, yeah. I've never seen a front end shape like that.
Man, it was clean, but it wasn't pretty. Now the old me would have just gave up and try not to save it. Something was going wrong. I remembered my fundamentals and fixed it.
After that exciting performance, I did my next 2 runs much smoother without hitting any cones. 2 evaluations down, 1 more to go. Before getting into the final evaluation, Ben decided to give us a little taste of what 301 had in store.
Now we're gonna do the impossible weave. Wish me luck. I'm gonna need more than luck. Taking victims one by one.
I gave it a good old college try. It may look like there's plenty of space, but trust me, it's tight. I now understand why Ben calls it the impossible weave.
Eureka! So that was definitely unsuccessful. I do want to do that again though.
Of course I went back in and tried it again. Let's just say this one didn't go well either.
I might have gone the wrong way. Okay, so the ditch isn't part of this, right? Okay. Now I know.
I made one last attempt. I was determined to get this. Starting off, I was doing much better, but it was evident I was doing something wrong and wasn't able to finish it.
Right here, right? So I think the impossible weave is indeed impossible, but the man, the myth, the legend who invented this, he's gonna show us how it's done. Rev it one more time, make sure it's done.
Ben came in to prove to us that the impossible was actually possible. He has quite a few years of riding under his belt, especially at slow speeds. And this, my friends, is why Ben is the lead instructor at Lock and Lane.
I don't understand, man. Based off of that, you have to go extremely slow. You have to be at a stop, be at the perfect spot, and drop that bike over. All right, the moment of truth. Test time. Wish me luck.
I pulled up to the starting line and Ben gave me some words of motivation.
Go, what do you know?
All of it.
Don't take it slow. You gotta go. It's 2:01, don't you know? Are you gonna clean this for me?
Clean it?
Clean it. Clean it.
Yes.
Are you gonna clean it for you?
Yes.
Are you gonna clean it for America?
Yes.
That's it, my patriot brother. Let's go.
Let's do it.
Get it done, Jogo.
Ben is quite the motivational speaker. All right, it all came down to this. This moment determined if all the training I've been doing, especially in the past 3 days, has paid off. I didn't want to go home without that certificate. Let's see if I can successfully make a clean run. Don't ask me what that sound was I made. I think it was just pure excitement.
Hey, talk about stress. Man, oh man. I don't know the time, but it was clean. Okay guys, we did it. Man, this one really tested my skills here. We're all done. I had an absolute blast. Huge shout out to Ben and Ted, fantastic instructors. If you guys haven't taken any of these courses, Highly encourage you to take them. All it's going to do is push you out of your comfort zone, make you a better rider. I can't say enough great things about it. So if you guys are interested in my Lock and Lane 101 and 102 experience, check out this video right here. And as always, this is Joe Go with Joe Go Motorcycle Adventures. Until next time, ride on.